Hey everybody, welcome back to Lightning Returns, and this is what 90% of the actual game looks like. It is just running around in a city while the clock ticks and you just do what the fuck ever you want.
Just running around, talking to people, doing side quests, collecting items, leveling up your gear, coming up with intricately detailed clothes, accessory, and weapon loadouts to allow for every single strategic possibility within 3 schemata, usual stuff. And there is a lot of thinking in this game.
The city is, to its credit, fairly interconnected, so it is worthwhile to just kind of fuck around and see what connects to where.
Yeah, in stark and fierce contrast to Final Fantasy XIII's 1 and 2, the environments here are actually interesting and engaging and, have the sense that they are places in which people live and do stuff, and stuff happens, and, time passes. You get the sense that even if you weren't here, people will be wandering around and doing stuff, which actually is true, because people do keep their little schedules and wander around even when you're not there, because that's the whole point of the game. I like this game!
It's the chaos, ain't it? Life's got no meaning, so you want to throw it away.
Yeah, so Bart here is kind of reading in a little too far on us.
I don't know you, and you clearly don't know me.
And Lightning is, again, having none of it.
You came to do business with Baird without checking up on me first? Not too bright.
It's one of the things that everybody likes about this game, is that Lightning just snarks on everybody.
Gotta buy this here, baby.
And why wouldn't she?
Anyway, he wants us to buy a thing, but that is a little bit out of our price range, so we will have to come back for that.
Are we gonna go investigate the classy floating checkerboard over there?
Yeah, so this is a Chaos Rift.
Chaos.
They just kind of randomly pop up anywhere in the environment, and there is always a fight inside. The real reason we're here is because we are looking for these soul seeds.
Soul seeds are great.
Yeah, we need 100 of them before the game's over, and this is the only place we can get them.
Release your soul.
More importantly, any enemies that you fight in here get arbitrarily powered up.
And to a significant degree, you can see, that should have killed a Niblet 4 times over.
Yeah, we are having to put in effort to kill a Niblet. That's how dramatic it is.
It's also worth noting that any enemies inside the Chaos always have permanent regen.
So that's fun.
Yeah, so even if they weren't already strong enough, they also take much longer to kill.
And we're still in distinctly Final Fantasy XIII levels of regen is helpful. So yeah, these places could actually seriously get you off guard sometimes.
Now the flip side is that you get an EP bonus, which includes a flat 1. That's not an extra percent. That is a flat, you are guaranteed 1 EP every time you go into the Chaos.
That's pretty nice.
And you also get significantly higher item and guild drop rates, so it's worth doing it as long as you're not getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, when you're looking to grind, find these places.
Guess how many still live? Just one.
Anyway, did you notice how this lady had 3 stars on her little speech bubble?
Yeah, so side quests are rated from 1 to 3 stars, and generally speaking, the more stars it has, the harder it is and the more involved it is. In this case, it's purely difficulty.
Yeah, the one star ones are usually just purely talking, to just go and talk to somebody. Probably doesn't even have much fighting.
Sounds dangerous.
So 2 stars, usually it involves a couple people, maybe go kill a thing here and there. 3 stars are almost always, go kill this mini-boss, or this is going to take like 2 days worth of running around and talking to people.
Yeah.
In this case, she wants us to go fight another dragon, but this one's a little bit out of our range right now, so we're probably going to do that, if not tomorrow, definitely on day 3.
Is it not also in a Chaos thing, or am I remembering that wrong?
Yeah, no, that one is, in fact, in a Chaos Rift as well.
Hey, here's some unique night music for this place. Again, I like that this game does this. It has a bunch of different states for its many environments.
Should I tell someone, or should I just mind my own business?
We'll just let him go. He's relevant to a side quest later.
Yeah, a missable side quest if I recall.
It is possible to fail, yes.
Oh, well, that's the thing. I think that was one of the ones that I missed completely the first time through, and I was very confused about it. There aren't very many bullshit missable side quests in this game. I mean, there are a couple of ones that are missable, but also have big, fat, glaring warnings on them. For the most part, they don't matter very much, though. You're only ever losing out on a couple cosmetic items. But there's one, I think, that has an entire garb attached to it.
There are, in fact, 2 that you can miss that have garbs attached to them.
Yeah. So yeah, those are little concerns.
Anyway, this is a restaurant that's pretty straightforward. Spend money, get health back.
Yeah, we should probably just underline the whole thing about health in this game, which is that it is starkly finite. Old Final Fantasy games had this whole tension set up when you went into a dungeon, where you'd have to be, managing your party's health as you went. And this game brings that back to the point where, if you get back attacked by a monster, you lose 5% of your health, and that 5% of your health is gone until you heal it. Anyway, here's some clothes.
Yeah, that one was, again, a little bit out of our price range, but we did have these medals that are just lying around, and there's no reason not to sell them, so we might as well.
Yeah, you find medals just lying around randomly. They are literally vendor trash. Hey, that sounds like a side quest. You'll hear a lot of incidental chat. Hey, that guy's singing a song from 13.2.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that, even if I don't like the song or anything associated with it.
Well, to be fair, this game liberally reuses big chunks of the soundtrack from both 13 and 13.2.
Oh yeah, no, that's not what I mean at all. Yes, that's true, but I'm just saying, I did not like that particular part of the soundtrack, but I like that it's just there and this guy is just chilling here singing it for no reason. Flavor, guys, it's important.
I'll release your soul.
Okay, so the Gorgonopsid is probably one of the enemies you really shouldn't be bothering with right now. He has a lot more health than he's not a hard fight per se, but he's got more fight than you're probably willing to bother with at this point.
Yeah. And it's kind of like fighting them is a bit of a risk, as in you're going to have to be good at fighting for a long time, and otherwise you're probably going to take a lot of health damage, and it's just a giant pain. That said, they do have some quite agreeable drops, I think. Although possibly not till later, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that these guys are one of your first sources of just a straight-up attack command.
Oh god, you would not believe how hard it is to just find attack commands. Which is a weird thing to say. But yeah, like, for the longest time, your only source of attack is going to be garbs that have it as one of their default things.
So the other thing I believe is they have poison, but yeah.
Oh yeah, poison is a motherfucker in this game.
Yeah, yeah, suffice to say that you don't need to see the rest of that fight. It takes far longer than it should, and it's just kind of there.
So yeah, these guys, normally totally unthreatening, in Chaos, little bit of a problem. Not least because there's two of them.
Yeah, like, it's easy to interrupt them, but you can't be attacking both of them at once. Not yet, anyway. We don't have a blitz, and they're not close enough anyway.
Yeah. So we're back into the traditional Final Fantasy 13 gambit of kill them fast.
We do, however, get some nice drops, little bit more elemental coverage.
Eh, it's what Chaos is good for. So yeah, I find it weird that there was the enemy earlier, that the dog thing that spawned in the Chaos and then ran out of it, and that's not a Chaos enemy. This game is gameable.
It's very specific. It only counts as a Chaos enemy if you fight it in the Chaos.
Yeah, it's an odd little thing.
There have been so many frightening incidents around here, what with the Children of Etro and the Shadow Hunter. What are they after? Luxurion is the divine city of light, not darkness.
That I would have thought that it's quite clear what they're after. Not exactly being subtle. Whatever. Anyway, we're back here.
So that brings us to a more or less complete loop, but there's one more thing we need to do. We say we're going to quickly pop into the Warren just to grab a thing that's right here, but the Warren is far and away the most dangerous part of Luxurion, and we're probably not going to do much right now.
Oh god, yeah. Those things down there, they will fuck you up.
Yeah, so we're going to go get healed up before we worry about that again.
There's also another very good reason why nobody likes the Warren. Just because it's one of the more obnoxious time-gated areas. Oh yes, there are time-gated areas in this game.
Yeah, the Warren in particular is extremely obnoxious because you can only get in it between midnight and 6 a.m.
You've got to pay your way in.
As in, like, if you go in and the time flips, then you're stuck in there.
Well, that's not true. There is a way out on both sides.
Okay, yeah. But you can't get in other than those times.
That you gotta earn.
Anyway, so now that we have the Gil, we have bought his little Seed Hunter card, and this guy is who we turn in our Soul Seeds to.
We'll turn them in for fabulous prizes.
Fabulous prizes are for the most part just money, but there are a few very specific things that he has.
Yeah, there's a couple standouts, especially if you like trophies.
Yeah, so you get 50 of them will give you an achievement, and if you give him 100, you get a thing which is also tied to an achievement.
Mm-hmm. Incidentally, this reminds me, we are on the PC port. Does the PC port have the internet thing that the PS3 version had?
Oh, what the fuck was it called?
Yeah, Outrealm, I want to say?
Yeah, the Outer Realm? Something like that. It does. For the purposes of just this game, for the purposes of the LP, I have the online turned off, but yes, it does.
Okay.
Oh, and don't worry.
I don't know, I wonder if that's not an error. I wonder if we shouldn't be displaying it in all its glory, so to speak. Ah, well.
It's one of those things we might show off in a bonus video or something.
Well,
you've decided to make the right choice.
How does he make this sound so shady?
Yeah, that was it. We just give him a soul seed, and that's all the side quest entails.
And that's his soul saved for the new world. He's just that content.
So yeah, this is the other thing you really should not be fighting right now.
Ugh. These fucking things.
Mayonectins are a gigantic pain in the ass, pretty much no matter when you fight them. Chiefly because they are resistant to both physical and magic damage, no matter what.
Yeah, you have got to be on point to get anywhere fighting these things. So the nice thing is that if you do manage to stagger them, they will debuff the shit out of themselves. But no, that's not even... There are actually 2 additional layers of total dick move with these things, the second of which we're not even going to talk about yet, but the first of which is these things will appear absolutely everywhere in the last 2 hours of every day.
The end is close.
There is no escape from them.
Yeah, most enemies have a general time they appear. Like, some appear in the morning, some appear, whenever.
Time and place.
Right, these fuckers are literally everywhere in the world between 4 and 6. No questions asked.
Now I'll never ever see it again.
And like I said, there's a whole second thing that later. But it's a shithead.
Carbuncle doll. It was the prettiest green color. It was an antique
Hey, we found that just lying around somewhere.
doll in the entire world.
Well, you see, the reason it was just lying around was because it vanished into the chaos.
I know where it is. The chaos took it away.
Of course it did.
Anything that chaos touches just disappears and you never see
I mean,
it
either
again.
that or it was a
Because
paradox.
you can't see something, it doesn't.
No, we don't have paradoxes anymore. Time has stopped.
But-
Really? I don't believe you.
Ugh. This requires me to actually seriously engage with what this game considers paradoxes to be against what it considers chaos to be.
In this dying world, all the children have lived for centuries without growing old,
Anyway, also note the glowy clock there. That just means that I had chronostasis on.
including their
Yeah.
naivete and hope.
So yeah, every now and again, the game brings up the whole slightly unnerving angle of this setting.
Found it. Oh, thank you, thank you.
I mean, it's only a little bit unnerving.
She's gone now. She got swallowed
Anyway,
up by the
her mom
chaos.
disappeared into the chaos, so now that we've proven that the doll was okay, it means that her mom is okay too, and she's watching her from
Safe and sound inside
wherever
the
the hell
chaos.
she is.
In the
Maybe
chaos.
Mom is okay too, right? It means she's watching over me from far away, right?
Didn't Lightning just monologue to herself that these kids have basically given up their naivete and in fact generally are not actually kids
People pray for the
anymore
dead.
on account of the
They
whole
pray that even though their bodies
time
are
stop
gone,
thing?
their souls still exist. They pray that
Yeah?
children
What are you
left
trying to
behind.
say?
That little girl.
I'm saying that as much as I like the incidental side quest dialogue in this game, it does seem to be a little bit slapdash in its construction.
Also, fun fact, if you search around South Station, there is a red carbuncle doll, and if you give her that doll instead, you will fail the quest.
Just cause. Like, seriously, the spite involved in this. Ugh.
So yeah, welcome to the Warren. And as noted, we are unfortunately in those very specific hours, so we are only going to see Mayonectins.
And they are a total shithead.
I will do my best to avoid fighting them, but I think I do get caught by a couple.
So I take it we're trying to be here to be able to get the number here tomorrow, or possibly even today. I don't know exactly how this pans out.
No, it doesn't show up until tomorrow, unfortunately.
Of course it doesn't.
So yeah, we're gonna have to make another trip in. We're actually here for this person.
What's this?
Uh-huh.
What do you have then?
So, these people sell Libra information.
That's kind of considerate of them.
So, again, it works basically the same way as it does in, 13 and 13.2. It will fill out on its own. However, in this game, you can buy notes, and then they will come pre-filled out. So you'll just be able to look at it and say, okay, I've never fought this thing, but I know it's weak against electricity, and I can stagger it by perfect guarding.
What a perfectly sensible evolution of an existing game mechanic.
I only concoct medicine for those in need, and I only create enough for one dose.
And there's this guy who's a dick.
Yeah. Like, why did you just say that to literally everyone who walks up in front of you?
Light, there's something I think you should know. Something important.
And now Hope is going to remind us of our curfew.
Once a day. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to present your Aradia to God to slow down the destruction of the world. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you'll be transported up here to the Ark at 6 a.m. sharp. Don't
Well,
forget
okay
that,
then.
okay?
Yeah, this whole thing is weird, but the game needs some kind of clear delineation between days, and putting it at midnight would have seemed a bit weird.
I guess it sort of makes sense in as much as it's a break between night and morning. It's as good of a place as any, I guess.
I mean, it makes about as much sense as saying the week starts on a Sunday instead of Monday. Similar kind of logic. I can deal with it. But yeah, fuck wandering around this place in the early game, late at night. Not that I don't like the concept of, like, there are the video game equivalent of rough neighborhoods. It's sure as hell a lot more interactive than any environment in 13 was.
Time stands still in this world while you're up in the
It's
Ark.
interesting.
It's a pretty handy system,
The
isn't
world
it?
is alive.